And we are live. Welcome, everybody. Happy Spooptober again to everybody. We are going to be continuing our adventure with Francisco Fultz on this fine Sunday. And let's hope that things don't go south and that we continue to survive. Now I'll give you a brief recap if you have missed out on the adventure thus far. This is Francisco Fultz. And Francisco Fultz has been alive for 1 month, 21 days, and 3 hours. Killed 611 zombies thus far with our favorite weapon, once again, being our bare hands. Not to be confused with bare hands, because we don't have those yet. Now, Francisco Fultz is going to go on a mission. And that mission is Operation Go Fish. This is where we left ourselves last time. We had escaped the town of Riverside and brought ourselves back to this safe house that we'd had with some cows and all of that. But the generator that we had that we wanted to bring to this gas station is actually a little bit farther. It is in our original house that I think that we haven't been back to since probably stream 1 about 4 weeks ago. Hey, welcome, Abby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got some more people joining us. We are on our way down to Operation Go Fish task number 1. So way back when, for those of you that were here and for those of you that are not, I had escaped the town of Echo Creek where I had started my adventure. There was not that much in this area. This was all kind of farmland and all of that stuff. And we ran out of our resources pretty quickly. But we were able to make our grand escape from this Echo Creek town by getting access to a vehicle. And we had actually set up this gas station completely with a generator that allowed us to get the hell out of Dodge and try to solve our problem of not dying from starvation. Francisco Fultz and his over almost 2 months of being alive started by eating nuts and berries in Echo Creek, and it got us all the way down to about 55 kilograms worth of weight. And our immediate priority in the first few streams was trying to correct that. And now that Francisco Fultz had made it all the way up into Riverside, we were able to find some canned food. We were able to eat a lot of jerky and get our weight up. We've eaten several sticks of butter, and unfortunately, all of the ice cream in the land has become rotten. So we are going to continue to try to work on that weight, but as part of that, we have Operation Go Fish. So we're going to go back to that first base that we haven't been to in probably at least 2 weeks in game, and we're going to try to bring back a generator. We actually have, a decent capability to take a bunch of this stuff back because we have a car that we want to get access to. It's this large vehicle that's planted right next to this gas station that we want to get power returned to. So this 12% gas vehicle has like 120 slots in it in the trunk, and we need more gas to be able to make use of it. So I believe that I've just left that vehicle behind, and we were gonna come back to the gas station, try to get it all powered up, and then continue our adventure. But we might go back and actually transfer the... I'm thinking it might be in our best interest to drive back up, go get this vehicle, swap it out because it's got way more capacity, and then take that vehicle on our adventure all the way back to this base. So it may or may not happen that way because I know that we don't have loaded like a ton of gas cans on the way there. So I think that we'll just focus on the immediate priority. So we're going to go back to that base with our current car. We're going to try to get that generator to this gas station. We want to retrieve that large vehicle and bring that to the station, fuel up both of those cars, load up on excess gas, read our fishing book 1, and then we will go fish. So there's going to be a lot of journeying in this episode. We're going to be doing some driving, and hopefully we do not run into all of the powerful Zeds that are out there in the world. But we'll just go ahead and let the game take over, take pace. Hey, you needed something to watch with your ravioli. Well, Francisco is entertaining, so hopefully we'll keep you entertained there, Abby. As someone who likes to hoard resources in games, I'd 100% go for the big vehicle. Okay, well, here, how about this? Before we try to hoard that vehicle, let's take a look and assess where we are at in terms of our resources. So we also desperately want to get a better weapon. I'm going to turn the game sound up again. Let's do that. We'll turn the music down just a little bit. That way I can hear myself in game. Okay. So yeah, we have taken hold of this little house a while ago, and all of the water is run out in the world, and as has the power. And we're not very strong, so we are just gonna keep working at it. And it's foggy, so we'll take that to our advantage. If I recall, there was nothing really in that shed. Let's actually take a look. There were some chickens here that had eggs, and I think if my eggs haven't gone completely, they're still fresh somehow. I have no idea why, but we're gonna go check out the chicken coop over here and see if we can get any additional fresh eggs for our journey. We have a frying pan, I believe now. Yeah, we do. In that frying pan, we can make some stir fry. So I'm gonna keep these animals alive for as long as possible. They have some hay here. Build 42 introduced a lot of the animal mechanics, animal husbandry. Let's go. Hutch info. Dear God. Okay, Holy Mother of Eggs. Well, when life gives you eggs, you go find a way to cook them. I think I can leave. I'll leave those because there's no way in hell I'm going to eat. There's 10 fresh uncooked plus an additional 3 here. So yeah, we'll just hold on to our eggs for now. We can't. I don't think that you can eat these raw. Yeah, it can cause illness. So unfortunately, that's a no-go. But on our way there, I think that we will be able to run into some sort of method for us to cook. And I at least have extra gas in the car, so we can use that gas and the generator that we are going to retrieve to power on the house temporarily that we're going to, and then we can cook our eggs. So this is another trailer that, this has an egg container. It holds 10. Well, there's no way. I'm not I'm not driving cross country to hold a bunch of eggs right now. Frying pan on the sidewalk, Arizona style. Yeah, that is right. There's all kinds of hay here. We do have animals, some sheep to shear, but this is a nice little spot. Honestly, this is a place that can sustain us. We can use these eggs and make ourselves some additional food. But we do have some food for the journey. We loaded up on we got these canned peas, evaporated milk, chili, and I'm not too worried about our weight. It is 72. We wanted to get that up to 75, and we got 2 arrows going up. Oh, look, and there's the cattle. So the question here is, what can I leave behind? We definitely don't need all of this stuff. So in the interim, this holds 80. Okay, we can drop the stones. We're gonna just plop a bunch of this on the ground. We will come back to this. I will drop the book. There's a magazine that we already read, a bunch of sharp flint flakes. What is this? The stack encumbrance is 5. I'm not bothered. We're gonna drop a bunch of this stuff. I will keep the twigs though, because I want to be able to start a fire in the event that I need to. All right, we can drop this. A diner in the woods. Where's this at? Diner in the woods, now open, April through September, off the walking trail south of West Point. Fine meals will boost your energy or reward you for getting here in the first place. Present this flyer at the diner for a free bottle of water. No way. Good deal. Duffelfield Park, West Point, Kentucky. Okay, so this is West Point. That is the place that we go if we want to die. So West Point is a little bit more south and to the east. we are not going to be going to West Point anytime soon. That is like a mini Louisville, and Louisville is all the way up here. Louisville is just a death sentence if we were to go there. We need to have all kinds of ammunition if we wanted to do that. And then we got West Maple Country Club. Where is this at? This is like a friendlier version of the Long Dark because there's wildlife that doesn't want to kill you. Yeah, as of now, I'm curious if in the future they're going to, you know, introduce like wolves and things like that. I think there are mods that exist, Abby, that allow that to happen. And by the way, for those of you that are joining us, if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell so that way you get notified anytime that I'm streaming Zomboid, playing any other video games, releasing content. I do run my own podcast, Just Some Podcast, and you can feel free to check out the channel to see some of those episodes. All right, this West Maple Country Club, a slice of sporting heaven. Our world-class 18-hole golf course attracts professionals from all across the globe, but golf is just one of our attractions. Swim in our pool, play tennis, squash, or pool. Relax and refuel in our cozy lounge, bar, and restaurant with a 5% discount on memberships for new members and a 20% discount for their wives. There's never been a better time to join. Call 555-WEST-MCC or visit us on Lakeshore Parkway, Riverside. Well, we are actually in Riverside. Well, Riverside is, wow. Oh, shit. Okay, so if we went south, that is the country club. Interesting. And that's just beyond this other gas station that we have over here. So we'll keep that in mind. This looks like an interesting area. There's got some industrial stuff here and more industrial restaurants and entertainment. If there's any hospitality. There's a place to fish. So that's cool. All right, well, we'll keep that in mind. That's going to be maybe a later thing. The good news is with Build 42, I can just drop these things. I don't need to hold on to them. We got our fishing rod here, bobber, fishing net, jig lures, lighter for the barbecue, notch plank, all that fun stuff. This is 64.9. The generator probably weighs, I'm not sure. I'm gonna read these magazines real quick. What are we gonna learn in this magazine? This is cooking. This will teach us how to prepare pie dough. Play tennis with the eggs at the country club. Let's go egg the rich people's houses. Fear the moose. If you know, you know. Yeah, I have not played the Long Dark in a long time, but I know that you are somebody that is really good at that game. That's a game that I have thought about streaming myself, but I would probably embarrass myself. Okay, this is Welder's Monthly. It's going to teach us metal floors, metal door frame, all that. Now, we're not going to be building a lot of stuff right now, so this box of screws with an encumbrance of 2, I can leave behind. The hemp dog bane, this is actually pretty important. We can make rope with that. And when we're starting to do construction, you know, we can tie up our logs and make it easier to carry these things. Having a pillow is just a good practice in Build 42 because it actually improves the quality of your sleep. Okay, so we have read that. And then what is world cooking? This will teach us prepare maki, prepare sushi, and prepare onigiri. Ooh. The wolves in TLD embarrassed. Yeah, that was the one thing I can remember from the Long Dark is that the wolves scared the absolute shit out of me. They'd pop up out of nowhere whenever you were least suspecting it. Okay. That magazine's done. Okay, so we're almost done with all of that. We've got our pickaxe, tire pump, a dole hatchet. Okay, so we have 2 jerry cans that are full. Okay, so we actually do have a decent amount of gasoline. So in this case, since we're assessing the situation, it might be a good idea for us to go get that car. If I leave all of this stuff behind, because the problem is that the back of this car, so this also has a full tank of gas, but look, this only holds 16. So I'm gonna have to take this trailer with me if I want to stand any chance. What I'll probably do right now, I'm gonna move this single jerry can over. We're gonna go back to Riverside, And we're gonna swap these cars out. This pickaxe, we are going to, can I transfer you? Yeah, we're gonna transfer the pickaxe. We got some firecrackers. Those are good for creating distractions. Okay, and then I should be able to move the other jerry can. No, does this weigh too much? How much is this? This is 14, are you kidding me? And that weighs 11, ugh. Okay, can I put this in the back seat? The seat is occupied. I have so much shit in my car. Okay, what can I put in the seat? Front seat. It's full of crap. It's full of crap, everyone. We have our gun that's in here. We've got our VHS tapes. Okay, what can we just... I think I should be okay. I can hold on to the jerry can right now. I'll get us closer. Come on. All right. Now, we are a little bit hungry, but it'll be okay. And we did leave our first aid kit in the car, so that one time that we were gone for a very long time, that was just kind of bad on us for leaving that. Throw out the car seat, it'll make some room, says Abby. That's some big brain thinking right there. Now the other thing that we can do that I haven't done is, well, first off, let's not drive over the bushes ever again. That's dumb. One thing that we can do that I haven't done quite yet is make use of our vehicle as a weapon. If we're going to be trading this car out for something else, you know, it might behoove us to use this to clear out any of those other zombies that are in that immediate area. So specifically, I want that car that is parked, I think, outside of the VHS store, right? It should be, let's go press C to go to our character. Yeah, so this is where that shopping center was, and there is actually a gas can there too. So we can siphon what gas is left in this car, fill up the entirety of that big old boy that is in, you know, perfect condition. And there's some pigs for slaughtering that we can make use of for meat. Okay, and we got more Zeds this way. So I'm going to go around the back. This is where we left our car for like 2 weeks. But we're gonna drive this way. Let's see what it looks, what are we looking like over here? Is this gonna be like a too bad, so sad situation, or? Okay, we got a bunch of these guys. Let's maybe come out. I got this jerry can shit. Hang on. 1 second, everyone. I'm gonna drop the jerry can. There we go. So that way we're not as over encumbered. It's time to fight. Do not panic. It's going to be fine. Back it up. There we go. I'm hearing another zombie over here. Let me take a look, make sure. Okay. Push him. Wow, got a lag spike there for a second. All right, now we're down to 2. We got 1 crawler. Come on. Get out of the way here. Okay, you should be just about dead. Come on. All right, we're a little bit tired, as one would be in this situation. All right, we're out of breath. Let's pick up our jerry can. Or I equipped it secondary. Jerry can equip secondary. Okay. That did not help at all in the slightest. Okay, well, I accidentally left the car running, which is not what I wanted to do, but we've cleared the road. There you go. See, he's dead. See how easy it is? But we just don't want to damage the vehicle too much. So let's drive around, see if we can get to that car. All right, so we got some Zeds in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Time for you to die. God bless the ragdoll mechanics. Come on. All right. I'm going to quickly turn this off. I'm going to drop my jerry can again. Plop that there. Now, we will see if there is gas in this car. Yeah, there is. Okay, so we've got another car that looks good. Now, is there any key in here? Damn. No. Okay, the trunk seems like it's unlocked. And there's nothing. It holds 34. Do I hear a zombie? Let me eat some food before things get a little bit crazy. All right, what we got here? We're gonna eat. We got pineapple, peas, and chili. I swear to God, do I not have a fucking can opener? Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me... We should, I think, have a can opener in the seat. A locket. He's got a carving fork. Let's check the inside of our main car here. Ah, hang on. Gotta deal with the neighborhood. Nice hat. All right, so we got our heavy duty flashlight, our hatchet, large net. Oh, peanut butter! We have peanut butter. Rotten rabbit's head. Okay. Bones. Our sleeping bag, gun. I'm finding it hard to believe that I didn't bring a can opener. This is bullshit. Okay, well, I guess in that case, we are gonna eat an entire can of peanut butter. I mean, we got canned tuna. Can I open this one? Canned corned beef, canned oats. Yes, okay, we can eat our canned corned beef. Open and eat it. That's the one. That's the one. And we got 3 more jars of marinara sauce. Now, it's actually worth exploring these bodies really quick to see if anybody left a key on them. Because if they have a key to this taxi, that's just another awesome vehicle for us. But I'm not going to hold my breath. Okay. Time to pick this guy up. Actually, you know what? I can leave that jerry can for now, because I should probably be able to drive that other vehicle back through here. So we got a couple of houses. I don't even think that we've gone through these guys, so that might be worth it. But this on the other side should be where our point of interest is. All right, we're off. We are off-roading. That gas station is to the north. And here's the Spiffos, the Milk and More. All right. All right, friends. We have to be careful with the new ragdoll mechanic because we can like flip our car. All right, now turn the key turn that guy off. What was in this bag? What is in the bag? Can you have one on you? Duffel bag. Anything? Useless. Is this police officer? Nah. Okay, we should be good. We're gonna hop back in here, keep going. All right. It is around the other side of this building that we need to go. Yeah, and here's the park that we slaughtered a lot of people, and the back alley where dark things have happened. Hell yes. Hell yeah, brother. All right. We're gonna pull our ass right here. I think you can even tow this other vehicle. But we're gonna turn this guy off. Driver's seat is occupied. Yeah, welcome, Ashes. Time for the adventures of Francisco. We are going to be taking this. So Operation Go Fish is changing a little bit because I desperately want to use a vehicle that has way more storage capacity. Hey, look, a meat cleaver. Cool. Am I not able to take that? Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is the vehicle, by the way, that we wanted. And it has plenty of storage. So we are gonna take these guys. Oops, turned around. Highlight all of you, plop you there. Okay. I think I'm hearing a zombie. Hang on, let me just make sure we're safe. There's a lot of dead people over here, and we can get sick. It's got a bad smell. So what we are going to try to do first, we're going to take this empty gas can. We will equip it in our secondary, and we're going to siphon the gas out of our current vehicle. Let's do liquid, or can I... This siphon gasoline, not fill all. Empty gas can, item fuel capacity, 10 out of 10. Yeah, let's not put gas inside of our water. That wouldn't be good. Okay, so now we're gonna come over here and we will add the gasoline. So once this big bad boy is filled up, we can take this car and we can tow it. So let's see if we've got any more. Come here. Is there any more gas in here? Let's just double check. Is there any gas left in this car? 0. Okay, so we took all of the gas. Fantastic. Now let's move a bunch of this stuff. Empty gas can going in the back. I think that we are in a safe spot, so let's try to just grab all of the stuff that is here. So we have boxes of batteries. Yes, that's actually fantastic. We're gonna move all of you into the main inventory. Can zombies still get drunk is the real question. No, but I can, because remember I drank like a box of boxed wine last time. That didn't really go very well for me. Okay, we'll take one. We'll start one seat at a time because my guy's carrying a whole lot. All right, we will move heavy flashlight. No, not onto the ground. Over here. So, in order to not die, I'm going to pause the game and click on the things that I need to move. So we got these. We don't need the empty tin can. We got the box of batteries. Slide that in. Unpause it. We will drop the black sage. We are carrying only one stack's worth. Okay, we're gonna move not onto the ground. We'll come back here. We can move the meat cleaver, the knife. We will still hold on to these because God forbid, I can feel it in my bones. I'm gonna move this shit into here and then forget about it. And then I'm gonna be in a very bad position when I need food. So we'll move these. We've got a couple of things of water. Might as well stock that in the car. And it's got that mason's chisel too. So we can actually explore more like pottery and things of that nature. I want to get out of here as soon as I can. See how, so this says awful odor. When this Moodle gets completely red, I am eligible to be a candidate for corpse sickness. And corpse sickness can kill you. I don't know why I have these cigarettes, so we don't smoke. We're not gonna. We can leave these magazines in here. Take our can of oats, our tuna, our hot sauce, our marinara, our peanut butter. First aid, sleeping pills, whiskey, alcohol. So we'll move as much of that as we can. All right, first aid. We're gonna take that. Canned fruit, we'll take you. Masonry, we'll take you. Our whiskey for Molotovs, we'll take you. Then we've got our hatchet that we will take. An actual large knife that we can use. Agriculture 2. Okay, so we are gonna hippity pop ourselves out of here. And I accidentally closed that. That's not what I meant to do. All right, now let's focus on what we can bring over. Got the mason's trowel, the vice grips. We will plop those magazines, the peanut butter, the marinara, lemongrass, hot sauce, fruit jam, canned tuna. You know what? For the sake of myself, I am going to move all of this food. We'll hold on to the painkillers, the bandage, the alcohol wipes. So slide those guys over. And we have plenty of capacity. All is well in the world for Francisco. What's going on here? Oh shit, I got a dirty bandage. All right, well, we got to change that. If it becomes infected, that's not a good thing. All right, remove this bandage. Oh, well, look at that. It's a good thing that we removed it because it didn't even need to be on anymore. Okay, we will put the first aid kit back in our backpack because I can't believe that we ventured away without that for a long time. That kind of put us in a really sticky situation where we had to rip up clothes and use rags to help ourselves. Yeah, there's that dirty bandage. We'll take the whiskey and tissue. We can hold on. We'll slide these over. What happened to our flashbang? We didn't have a flashbang. We have a flashlight. Yeah, we have, I believe, yeah, we have 2 Molotov cocktails, if that's what you're referring to, Haley. Okay, let's see. Now the other seats. Okay, so that's good. Stone. I am gonna take the box of nails. The epoxy is used in some melee weapon repairs. We have rabbit leather, which I don't really care about right now. Take the wire. We do have gin. I'll take that. Orange soda, matchbook, the fillet knife, insect repellent. We will take the bones because we can turn those into into valuable things. You can craft them. Okay, and we have adhesive tape. We'll take that too. More nails. And it looks like my guy is over encumbered. So let's transfer this. The most boring part of this episode probably is going to be just us moving all of this stuff. But you know what? We're setting ourselves up for long-term success. Rome wasn't built in a day. All right, we'll move the twine and the wire. I almost moved that into the wrong spot. Shit, I got to click them all over again. All right, that fillet knife. Yeah, the flashback. Yeah, okay, the Molotov. That is what you meant. Cool. I was gonna say, I was like, that's news to me. What have I been doing with my life? Awful odor. All right, this is still full. Okay, let's grab box of nails, letter opener. So many eggs. Copious amounts of eggs. Okay, this can be slid over. Arson, a great defense. Yeah, I know last episode you had said you were like, hey, go ahead and throw that fire. And I'm going to try to play my cards, a little bit differently when it comes to making use of the Molotov cocktails. The Molotovs are going to be great whenever we actually get a gigantic horde, and I'm talking not like 10 or 12. I'm talking like 100, and 100 or more, maybe 50 to 100 in a concentrated area, and then we light that sucker and let them burn. So we might make use of that at one of the other gas stations, not going to light the gas station itself on fire. But if there is a large collection of zombies, we will absolutely make use of that Molotov. But it is kind of like an escape plan. Either an escape plan or I need to clear this area. So we got vinegar, which is nice. Scrap electronics, more batteries. Our sleeping bag, and then our gun. All of those can be moved. And I think that is probably about it. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking, I mean, this long stick is not really necessary. Okay, and then what else? Yeah, we got the stuff in the glove box. Yeah, we don't want to forget those. That was important that we collected. And the gum. So we'll take this, and we will take all or not. Okay, that's what we want. Molotovs at the mall. Yeah, that's the perfect spot for it. We got a plastic bag filled with 9 other plastic bags. Okay, the rest of this, we can say goodbye to our trusty little car. We can always come back here. Our guy is a thirsty boy, so let's first move all of this stuff. Electric. Okay, our matchbooks. That's not very much encumbrance. Okay, our vinegar, box of nails. Now we're talking. So we are set up, and we got our hatchet. I'm trying not to use the hatchet as a weapon because I want to use it as a means for chopping down trees. And we should have, if not in here, so we have screwdriver, we got a wrench, we've got pliers that can be used. Boxes of nails were incredibly important. So in Echo Creek, we did not have like really any construction materials, which sucked. And that kind of meant that I had to go out into the world and find stuff. So if we ever want to build things and use carpentry, we needed nails, which we have. And then this tarp we can use for setting up a tent. I'm really curious. Let me see. A tarp sling bag. Okay, that's interesting. We can cut it up. show the craft recipes, show the build recipes. So we can make a rain collector using 4 nails, 4 planks, and a ball peen hammer. So that's good, which that's pretty nice. We don't have carpentry level 5 yet. Our carpentry is level 3. A tarp shelter, right? So 4 stones, 4 logs, a tree branch, a long stick. So in that case, I probably should get the long stick. And if there's not, there's build, there's craft. Yes, a tent kit. So that is 1 long stick, 2 wooden rods, 4 stakes, and a tarp. So in this case, I am going to take that long stick out of the car, and we're gonna fill this bad boy up and get going. I'll take the stone, I'll take it. Because I might not need it now, but I don't necessarily want to have to forage. Oops. All right. Oh, is that another long stick? Or did I just yeah, we got 2 long sticks. Okay, and then this is Omega department. Yeah, I don't really care about that. That's just entertainment. All right, we'll move our sticks and the stones, and we will break some bones and use our knives to hurt them. Drop the empty tin can. All right, we've got extra painkillers here. This is a stack encumbrance of 0.2. All right, and we're holding a lot. Let's move the tissues. Oh my God, I put this, did I put it in the wrong spot? No, okay. Is this in the trunk? I just want to make sure that, yeah, okay. The gun case is in and I'm just able to access it. I'll just make sure it's not on the ground. Okay, now let me move the box of tissues into the trunk. Let's just see anything else. Box of tissues, for sure. We've got some stick traps that we can lay. And then in here, we're at 17 out of 22 capacity. We've got tweezers. We got a healthy bandage. Normal painkillers. So we have a lot of these painkillers. Let's just plop that in there. This other one, go ahead and plop you in there. We got caffeine pills, 4 different batteries. Okay, the tweezers should be inside of, let's move the first aid kit into the trunk because I think I can access it from here. Yes, I can. We already have tweezers. Awesome. Okay, so I'll put that in the trunk, have an extra. And what else is in here? So we already have, so we have 4 sterilized bandages, 3 things of painkillers. And this thing is like full. Now, I need to point this out before I forget. So thanks to, a smaller YouTube channel that is out there that I was watching, they were talking about Build 42 and how Build 42 changes some of the things. And in the past, if you have lacerations and you cut yourself open and you need to stitch, right? You need suture needle and you need to have the actual thread to do that. Well, apparently, in order to stitch closed a wound in Build 42, you have to have leveled up your medical. Yeah, I think it has to be like level 2 or 3, which that sucks. What is my, I can't even find it. God damn. That's crafting, firearms, farming, physical, first aid. Yeah, so my first aid is still level 1. Yeah, increases the available information for injuries and the quality of medical treatments. Yeah, I think that you need to have like level 2 or level 3 maybe in order to actually suture those things closed. So that's unfortunate. And I did not learn that until I was watching a video. So thanks to, I can't remember the channel, but it was a smaller channel that had actually tipped me off to that, because I would have definitely found myself in a position where I was trying to do that and then wouldn't be able to and would have just a very bad time. What type of character are we building? Good question, Ashes. So again, well, let's go over, what Francisco Fultz, his background is. So he's a park ranger, meaning that he is much more inclined to survive out in the wild. So we are trying to be, a little bit more off-grid. And as part of that, I have established several different kind of sub-base locations that have well water, so unlimited water that's out there. And he's going to be really adept at foraging and fishing. So our background too, we are a slow healer, so those wounds take a little bit longer. We need to avoid getting burned, avoid breaking legs, because that's just not going to end well. We have a weak stomach, which means that if we eat anything rotten, then it can absolutely kill us. So the best thing is for us to just only eat good food and cook food. So foodborne illness is something that our character is a little bit more susceptible to. But on the positive side, right, we are outdoorsy, and outdoorsy means I think that the outdoorsy means that we are not going to have any sort of problems out in the rain, the snow, that type of thing. It doesn't really bother our character as much as others. And as well as the outdoorsy, I think that trait specifically, or the park ranger, one of the two, it allows us to move quicker through the trees in the forests than other characters. We have access to the herbalist. Now, the herbalist, this means that we immediately know which berries are poisonous, which mushrooms are poisonous, and we can avoid dying by eating something that we're not supposed to altogether. So I have absolutely made use of the herbalist trait so far in the earlier side of the build whenever I hadn't been streaming quite yet, but we are able to see if things are poisonous. And then we started out at a low weight, but our weight is supposed to be anywhere between 75 kilograms and 85, and we're up to 72 with that increasing because we have eaten a lot of butter. So to answer your question, we are trying to go for much more of like an outdoorsy type of character. And to justify that, we have started off with level 2 trapping, and we have an XP boost of 100% when it comes to trapping animals. We don't have any boost to tracking, but this allows us to search for wild animals. The foraging, like I said, I spent a lot of time in the early game foraging. So I am almost level 9. So I'm close to maxing out my foraging, and that has 125% XP boost. Now, the reason that I have focused so heavily on, what is this? Trap the cows for meat and fresh milk. Yes, that's actually animal husbandry, which are animal care that you have over here. So that gives us more information for animals and number of resources that we can harvest from them. But the foraging I focused on a lot because it allows me to find berries, wild cabbages, all sorts of things that I can use in trapping and that I can use for fishing. And speaking of fishing, we are level 1 in our fishing with a multiplier of 1.5 because we have been reading the fishing book. And I'm trying to hold off on fishing until we have read those books, and then we can watch some of the outdoor survivalist VHS tapes. So I'm going to try to hold off on some of these until I level that up. The higher the fishing, the bigger the fish that we are going to catch, and that is, a really important thing for long-term survival. Especially because right now it's August 29th and winter is coming. So we're not able to grow crops outdoors all year long. So fishing becomes very important. And as far as like our physical attributes, we are pretty strong, and our fitness is about average. We got 5 on that and 5 on the strength. We have, over the course of the last 2 months, really focused on kind of leveling up the sneak. And now that it has hit level 4, it's a lot more effective. Level 5, it really starts becoming, even better. But our light-footed and our sneaking kind of go up around the same time. So we are less detectable. So I'm a much more stealthy player whenever it comes to Zomboid. I haven't really, I'm not one to go for the gun unless I need to. I think on maybe the first or second stream earlier in the month, you saw me take a gun and shoot it up in the air to try to attract zombies and deter them from the gas station so I could go in and get some stuff. So I used the gun to then use stealth. Yeah, then we got our farming. I have a farm that I've planted a whole bunch of stuff that's in Echo Creek that we can go back. And the only way that we are going to actually get the farming experience is by collecting things that you plant. It used to be you could just pick up any plant that you'd found that was fully grown and you'd get the experience. That's not how it works anymore. You actually have to be the person to farm it from beginning to end. And there's a lot more options for farming now, and you can only grow certain things in certain seasons. So that means that you can't just grow cabbages all year long and eat all of that. Then we got our crafting, and we'll get into that stuff later. But as far as we'll wrap up with the melee, because that's kind of what we've been focusing on. So I have been stomping on a lot of zombies, and that was really to kind of get my maintenance up. In the beginning, when you have 0 maintenance, your weapons are much more bound to break as you're swinging at people. Now, my melee weapons are going to break a lot less, or have a lot less of a chance to diminish in quality with each swing. So now you're going to start seeing me use a little bit more of these blunt objects. Speaking of blunt, we are almost to level 2 long blunt. The axe, we have a 75% boost in, so I will start using axes more as weapons now that my maintenance is leveled up, but I wanted to hold off until I actually had more building materials for crafting, right? And then we've kind of been messing around with blades and stuff. And our guns, we spent some time outdoors early on before I was streaming, just reloading bullets, but we haven't really, practiced our aim all that much. So there's your long-winded answer. We're going to be trying to do some more outdoorsy survivalist type character for Francisco Fultz. Okay, we want to drink water. Yeah, I believe. Let's go liquid options, transfer the liquid. And then we've got our empty leather. Pour that whole thing in there. Bam. Okay, and then we have our empty canteen. We will take here and we will transfer liquid. And we will transfer that into the empty canteen. Come on. All right, cool. And we'll take that empty water bottle, place it back in the trunk. I like to have as much water as I can. We take this gasoline, put it in our secondary, try to fill this up. It's 8:30. All right, add gasoline. And you can see it said that we can attach this car. Okay. Time to move the gas can back, and we should have a full tank now. Do you like melee or ranged more for weapon choice in this game? Okay, so we got 64%. Awesome. I like melee. I tend to stick to melee, but I am not opposed to being more, using guns and stuff. I just need to be in the right position to do so. We're gonna eat our chocolate bar. It's been a busy ass day. Okay, and maybe okay, that gas was that way. All right, there is a house over here, but I think that we might as well just take ourselves on the main road. On the road again. What are we at? 14. I'm gonna move a bunch of this stuff into the backpack. Oh, sweet. I can access the trunk from here. Hell yeah. Okay, this canteen needs to go in the backpack, and there we go. We are no longer gonna be struggling. Now, there was another part of town. So we're gonna remove this marking. So this was a house that we'd stayed in, but if you notice, there was a little spot right here. So there is a survivor home here that we can go to, but I want to focus on our other task for right now. If I press F, I can turn my lights on and off. And we are going to try our best to stay alive. Roadkill. I would pick that up, but I do not want to risk going after these guys. Yeah, so here's all those police officers, right, that we said had like possible batons. The gas station that we want to come back to. And we will come back to this. All right, there's the Borgers. Bob and his Borgers. All right, going around the outside of Riverside. There's more houses and stuff that way. Right, and got hello. So our guy is pretty tired at this point. That's all good. We're gonna be back to our house for a nice night of sleep. Then we can attach our trailer and get going. Whew. Try not to hit that. That would have been sad. Slams into an ambulance. Breaks hip. Right. We are arriving back at the house. All right, we're gonna attach this guy. So now at this point we have 80 capacity. We got extra gas can, pickaxe, wood saw. Yeah, all of our fishing shit. So there's 80 plus like 135. Get this lined up for us. I came across Project Zomboid live stream, so I marked it on the map. Thank you so much for joining, Sinister. Appreciate it. Oh, hang on. We got a couple of friendos here. All right, we'll wait for this guy. Come on. I'm too tired for this. Too tired for this. I already attached. Thank you. You're dead. And come on. Come on. Dude, are you kidding me right now? Map is marked. Vibes are set. That is right, Ashes. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. All right, so we are all locked and loaded, ready to go for the next day. We are going to take the key out of the ignition and walk back to this house. Let's get our flashlight in hand. And please, Sinister, if this is your first time joining or if you're rejoining after watching the stream before, feel free to subscribe, turn on the notifications. I've been trying to stream right now at least once a week, Zomboid, but I do make other content and I also produce my own music. So at the beginning of each stream and at the end, you can hear some of the music that I create. So we are, to bring you up to speed, 1 month, 21 days, 18 hours in to our experience with Francisco Fultz, our outdoorsman. It is 11 p.m. All right, and we are going to turn this guy off. We've got the ability to sleep now. All right, we've got our pillow. And please feel free, if you're watching this stream and got me on in the background, feel free to play along. If you have your own copy of Project Zomboid, I know that is something I enjoy doing. Okay, we're a little bit weepy, but too bad, so sad. Get over it, Francisco. Now, for anybody else that's just joining in the stream, we are partaking in Operation Go Fish. We have just we've gone back. We want to get this gas station up and running in Riverside, but we have collected our vehicle that has much, much better capacity. So let me update our current objectives here. So we have, I need a check mark. Where's my checks? Check 1, 2. So we still need to bring that gas station, but we have retrieved the large vehicle. The gas station bit we still need to do, so I'll mark that. We'll add a note. Still need to bring back to station. Slide that guy over there. All right, this fuel up both cars. We're gonna remove that because we're gonna have this one car. Load up on excess gas. We want to read that fishing book and go fish. But we need to go back to that base. So we are currently on the outside of Riverside, and now that we have much larger traveling capacity between our travel trailer and between that and the car that we have that has 120 capacity, we should be able to carry that generator just fine. Now there is another gas station that is outside of Riverside that is closer that maybe we might explore first, trying to get running. It just depends on how many Zeds are in the area. And spoiler alert, we've got the Molotovs, so that would be a great idea. We can pull the gun out, you know, shoot in the air, get all of their attention, and then maybe light them on fire. We can take over that gas station and take a look more at this industrial complex. And then this was storage. Yeah, so we could turn the storage into, you know, a temporary base as well. But this is absolutely worth checking into so that we can get our sledgehammer if there's one there. And then we've got the country club that's a little bit south. But we need to get our journey going. And that means that we are going to have to travel along the Kentucky 60 by Coalfield, which this was pretty interesting. Might be, there's a church here, there's a saloon, more tap house. There is a sheriff. So is there gonna be real guns there? I don't know. Smithing. So, I mean, that might be worth checking out, but we need to get back to this base, right? And there was the trailer, which I believe that we've already taken. And I think that there's another car that is actually there. And then that generator. That generator is gonna be what we wanna take to move the gas station, because we have not found a generator in the town. And while we can do that, I already know where one is. So might as well operate based off of what we know. All right, let us get going. Take a sip of my ginger ale here. Okay, and we might as well take every opportunity that we can to fill up on the water that we have, because the water has run out. Lovely. Okay, and I'm using my frying pan as a weapon. And I think that the sharp flint flake I can use to open cans. Let's take a look at the eggs that we have. Because at this point, since we're going on this quest and we're gonna have the generator, I think it's probably in our best interest. Let's just take all of the eggs that we have, and then we can cook us up a scramble. You know, we've got 13. Might as well make that like 30. Our little chickadees will survive. The introduction of these animals has been probably like one of my favorite things. All right, we got a lot of eggs. So we'll close. We'll get this guy. What is the crop roosting? Need water and a mop, dish towel, bath towel, or a broom. Okay. So we have 8 more eggs, all fresh, uncooked. But I'm interested in using the eggs to give ourselves a boost in our weight. As we were coming back from being severely underweight and nearly on the brink of death to surviving and thriving. Echo Creek was just, we were not equipped to survive there long term. But now we are in much better shape. And with foraging level 8 right now, I mean, let's even see. Can I find anything in the immediate area as I'm walking? And it's foggy. It's a great time for travel. So whenever it's foggy, the zombies are less likely to be able to even see me. What we got? Limestone. Now, limestone is actually pretty important for some of the crafting, like later game stuff. I'm interested in exploring the blacksmithing and the pottery, which is why I, have spent so much time trying to find that masonry trowel, because I wanted to make a mortar and pestle, because with my foraging so high, I'm able to make better use of natural resources. A St. Patrick's Day card. How lucky. Can we read it? We can write in it? Well, that's lame. I thought there would be something of value there. All right, we'll disable the search mode. Okay, and we want to fill up on the rest of the gas. So let's take this jerry can that we have here, equip that in our secondary. We'll fill up the rest of the gas. And add gasoline. All right, is our jerry can empty? Yes, it is. Okay, and I'm gonna plop this jerry can in the bed of the truck. All right, and we actually have a good hatchet and a large knife. This is still in good condition. What I wanted was one of these. So let's open. Get the can of chili. And where is... Need... Fog is pretty spooky. Yeah, it's definitely... If you're not prepared and the Zed comes out, bad time. All right, I think that we can use the sharp flint flake to open this. Carve a trowel, carve a steak. Ugh, come on, man. You know what? I ain't even concerned. We got other food for now. I'm gonna eat the entire thing of peanut butter because it's caloric. And I don't got bread. Every piece of bread I have run into is raw. All right, sharp flint flake going in the backpack, along with the canned chili. And we are still a little bit over encumbered. Put the flashlight in there, and we got the frying pan in hand. Okay, we're good. Now, let me take one last quick look, and we're gonna see where our gas stands. All right, our gas tank is 92% full. Everything is in relatively great condition, especially the engine. That's very important. Okay, overall condition is 61%, and this is a heavy-duty vehicle. All right. Wow, dude, that cow is moving so fast. Spooked him. All right, so let's take a look. We're gonna stick on this main road for literally quite some time. We're gonna follow the bend until we whip around. We're gonna go south. I do remember there was a lot of Zeds in this area. There's another gas station there. So we have two gas stations. One is, like, this is the one that I'm kind of interested in as well. But we're gonna whip around. All right, everybody. Operation Go Fish is a go right now. And how long? We've been streaming for about an hour and 17 minutes. Probably more like an hour, because first couple minutes I was getting ready, so. All right. I'm gonna hit Shift W, so I'm locking in at 40 miles an hour. This was where we... Yep. See, this is exactly why I was like, I need to pay attention to what's going on here. We got a bunch of friends. This is where we shot our gun off back in the day. Yep, there's that gas station. And there's some friends. There's the friends. So when I shot that rifle, I attracted a lot of them. So that's what I'm thinking in terms of Molotov. Should be able to appease Haley there. Cute little trailer attachment we got, yeah. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Now, if I can just not hit a tree or a vehicle that pops up in front of me. Supposedly, as time goes on and more of the wild trees start kind of like taking over, they can grow in the middle of the road. And those little trees have taken out many a survivor. So I would hate to survive and have it be like 8 months in, and the next thing you know, you hit a small tree in the middle of the road at 60 miles an hour and just shatter your pelvis. All right, so we've made it around bend 1. Turn our speed up here, 50 miles an hour. So as you can see, there's really not much out this way. We got another road here. So this is the I think the big bend that we're getting ready to do. No, this is not. All right, curving up. We have not gone down that way. Now I'll zoom out. There we go. Now I can see better where we're headed, all things considered. Now there's probably a house that way. What is going on? Whoa, okay. Dodge them. One of them had a hiking backpack, but we have a large hiking backpack, so it's not really of use to us. We're gonna slow this down. And make it through. That's what I'm talking about. On the road again. Okay, now we're about to make it onto the Kentucky 60. So this is going to turn into like a 4-lane freeway. Yep. There it is. I hear my golden retriever puppy barking. He woke up from his nap. All right, we're going back into Shift W. And there is the railroad. A lot of rabbits. Ah, damn it, dude. Oh, okay. And here we go. Bob and weave. Ricky Bobby. Gotta go fast. All right, we should be getting pretty close. Damn, we got a long way to go. Okay. All right, yeah, so there's that bridge that crosses over. So this is why it's so important for us to kind of have these different little outposts established. We do have a full working gas station in Echo Creek. So when we get there, let me slow this down. We'll get a nice Bourgeois wine and upgrade you from boxed wine. That's right. I got my whiskey. Okay, so yeah, our main gas station is in Echo Creek, and it's close. I mean, we might as well, you know, stop by and fill up the jerry cans and do all of that stuff. So maybe we'll take care of that first before, you know, bogging ourselves down. Yeah, that box wine, I only drank half of it, and then all of a sudden the screen started to get real fuzzy. And then there was a zombie, and it was dark, and it got scary. So that was the last time I did that. And then I opened the door, and it scared the shit out of me. There was one that I just had no idea. Going inside buildings in Build 42 is very dangerous. Okay, somebody's shooting a machine gun. So this is Coalfield. Box wine and drive is a nightly fight. Shots ringing out. Yeah, that probably came from Coalfield. sounds like. Anybody interested in seeing what Coalfield looks like? Well, they're moving in that direction, so we'll just let them be. All right, there's more Zeds. Everybody that wanted to go to Coalfield was having a good time, it looks like. Oh my goodness, one of my cats is under my desk. Okay, the long journey is almost up to get to where we need to go. It has the generator, so we'll take stock at that house because we should be able to at least set up the generator and maybe cook some of these eggs. All right, there's a road that we haven't gone down. Yeah, here we go. This is, I believe. Oh, there it is. Hang on, we gotta back up. Weep. Turn too soon. Ah. Yeah, so we got this lovely little space. Well, hi there. How did you end up in my neighborhood? Goodbye. All right. So we're going to back it up. Oh, hang on, I gotta turn it this way. God, this is difficult. We're gonna make it work. There we go. Easy clap. Easy clap. I ain't even bothered. Fuck it. We're gonna keep it there. This is too big. All right. So this is the place that has, is this a value tech generator first? Generator info. Okay, yeah. If you turn this on inside of the building, it will kill you. But that is the generator. We have a half mask, respirator. Ooh. So that gives you the filter. So if you wear the filters, the gas mask, like I said, the risk of corpse sickness when it's in that red zone, if you're wearing a gas mask, you will be okay. What is this research craft? What am I researching? Oh, the respirator. Learned how to make a gas mask filter. Hell yeah. Okay. And then we got the small beam hammer, the ratchet, funnel. That's okay. And then more gas cans, dust mask. All right. And what did Ash just say? Fancy wine and just some dude time is a straight up vibe. Hell yeah. Okay. This generator, like I said, I think we can make use of in this house. But we have a little camp area and unlimited water supply there. I used to make fake bones out of clay and pretend they were weapons. My lab was a wolf and we ruled the backyard. Oh, my lab. That's the way to do it. Another respirator. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. We can cook in here. We just got to set up that generator. And we got gas. And this is where I kept all of my centipedes and millipedes. That's kind of gross to come back and be like, oh, yeah. I put all of my bugs in a cabinet. You wear respirators at work? Sounds like a process. No, I wear just a motorcycle helmet. See, okay, my guy says he's uncomfortable. That is because I have been wearing things for quite some time. So we're gonna unequip, some of this stuff. We're gonna give you a break. Yeah, see, look at that. He's a little less uncomfortable. I think I can take off. What we got? Military pants. We got a leather coat. Let's unequip it. I'll plop these in here. Yeah, apparently your character, that was what was going on, is that, you know, uncomfortableness is a new thing in this game. I was not aware of that. We got gas. Straight facts. All right. I don't think there was anything. You got a plunger in here. Absolute last resort weapon. And we did not have a TV. I don't think. Unless there's one upstairs. Yeah, this was kind of the off-grid house. Got some sheets. Kind of refamiliarizing myself. Yeah, this I believe is where we started the stream on the very first stream a couple of weeks ago. Grabbing a drink, be back soon, Mr. Dude. Yeah, sounds good, Ashes. We are just about to go get some gas. I think we'll cook some eggs. I think our character deserves a little bit of cooking time here. Can I make it through here? Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna pick this generator up, take it, and it's gonna hurt to carry. But we're gonna place it down on the ground outside of the house. And I think maybe there was extra generators too. I mean, so like maybe we can keep this one here, but I'm going to place this generator. We'll keep it on the side of the house, right out here. Take our generator. Can I go into place mode? No, I just have to click drop, huh? Okay, let's drop generator old. I mean, this is not the best generator. Old generators can explode, actually. But we are going to connect. So let's remove the wall vines. Because God forbid the generator catches stuff on fire, unbeknownst to me. Make sure I don't got any baddies over here. All right, so we're going to connect that generator to the house. Now, I should have more than enough gasoline to get me to Echo Creek. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of gas and put it in this generator so that we can cook. Let's take, so these all carry 10 liters. Wonderful. We will siphon 10 liters of gas. I want to see how much we actually have left in here. All right, we have 72%. Wish it told me exactly how many liters are in there. Okay, yeah, there is 22 liters. Yeah, so if I take 10, I should be totally fine. All right, we are going to siphon some gas. And we have 21 eggs that are all fresh. All right, we're gonna come here, fill up this generator with some gasoline, turn it on, and then we will have power once again. And I don't know if this takes the full 10 liters or not. Now, do we still have any? Nope, it's empty. All right, so that's good. It's in 100% condition. We got power. Once again. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna clean our frying pan because it's bloody right now. We will wash the frying pan. And then using our frying pan, we will create a stir fry from our eggs, from a random egg. All right, so we got egg stir fry. Can I add more eggs? I can add pepper as a seasoning. Ooh. A little bit there. What else we got? We're gonna add some more eggs. 14. Add another egg. All right, I'm gonna pop that bad boy in. Turn that oven on. Now we're cooking. And it's got some seasoning on it. I think I got some salt in the car too, so. While it's cooking, let me come over here to the fridge. It has, yeah, frozen, rotten vegetables now, but good. Scrap electronics. Cooking up a gourmet meal, that's right. I learned from the best because when you and I played together, Ashes, I remember you were like all about the cooking. I had sorely not spent enough time cooking, and it makes a huge difference in the unhappiness and all of that. So we got 3 eggs with a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna see if I can go put some salt in there. Yeah, we're cooking an egg stir fry right now. I don't have really anything else to mix into it. I mean, I probably have like that chili, but again, for unbeknownst to me, I for some reason do not have a can opener, which is very sad. I have knives, and apparently I can't open the damn can with a knife. All right, and we are good. Egg stir fry. So this is nice and warm. Let's go see if we got some salt. We'll put our jerry can back. All right, let's put this jerry can back where it belongs. And let's see, we got wire, we got can of oats, there's canned tuna. Can I open that? Fruit jam. Do some whiskey and eggs. Let's take a look in the trailer. I have salt in the trailer. I don't, damn. That's fine. All right, well we'll eat the fresh stir fry. The first time that we have had a decent meal in a long time. We are not eating a stick of butter. We are full to bursting. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna clean our bandage too. No more butter and expired cake. Yeah, well, see, I can't eat anything expired. If I eat anything expired, my guy is like good as gone, so. And look, our weight is still going up. So apparently that butter did a number on us. So we're doing all right. Now, the reason that I liked this area, that it stood out, was like, hey, man, like there is nobody around. There is fencing the entire way. And then there is a well with unlimited water. So this is like right in line with those goals of, you know, long-term survival. So we are going to fill up on water. We're going to drink to our heart's content. And we're going to take an opportunity and we're going to clean ourselves off. It's only expired if you check the expiration date. Goodbye, chunky lemon milk. If you've ever seen Malcolm in the Middle, drink your milk. It's chunky. Then chew it. If my guy didn't have such bad stomach problems, then maybe I would chew my milk, but not good. Now we can take the cows and cattle that we find. Let's do all of our clothing, and we are able to milk them and to get the milk into the bucket, and then you have to actually make a butter churn. But that is one way, you know, for us to, you know, make use of the cattle. Instead of, you know, killing them, we can milk them, use the milk, produce some butter. And I mean, the butter is going to be used in recipes too. So, I mean, that just, you know, increases your happiness, all that. But yeah, when Ashes and I played co-op, like what, 2 years ago? I mean, I remember you being like, hey, you know, you get the weapons and stuff, and I'm going to make us a ham sandwich. All I do is drive fast and cook meals. That's what's up. Yeah, I still have that on tape. I'll have to put that on the channel when I do a little highlights reel. Back in the day, him and I were playing, and we finally got a vehicle, and I had been driving, and he was like, "Can I drive?" I said, "Yep." And it took us less than 30 seconds, maybe a minute and a half, and then he slammed into a tree, and then my guy broke his leg, and it was basically the beginning of the end. That led us to the hospital. I remember that. Yeah, that we had a whole side quest, and then you ended up dying in the hospital. Now, is my backpack still got blood on it? Am I not able to clean that? Water, wash. Okay, yeah, all containers. Let's clean that up. Because believe it or not, being covered in blood makes your character unhappy. So Francisco is all clean. Way to go. All right, it is 7 p.m. So rather than go out into that crazy world, we will take a book out of the car, maybe our fishing one, and we'll spend a little bit of time reading, and then we can cook up some breakfast in the morning. I thought it would be nice. Yeah, see, like, needs a can opener, a sharp knife, or a chipped stone. Oh, so the sharp flint flake doesn't work? Ah, damn, man. But I should have, I mean, like, I got knives. There's a meat cleaver. That's very clearly not a knife. Hatchet. I had like a fillet knife in here. All right, what do I got to do to break that up? A wooden trowel, that's carving. Improvised gas mask. A water bottle, a rag, duct tape, and scissors. And it has no filter. That's wild. Okay. You mean to tell me that out of all of the things that I have... See, okay, fillet knife. Is it just not sharp enough? Probably. Bone pieces. Let's take a look. Can I craft... Well, I have a large knife. I can make bone dice. Sharpen a bone. Large knife, bone pieces. I even need an improvised whetstone. Improvised whetstone. Take me there. So you need a file. Small file set, a whetstone. Okay. Oh, so these are the possible items. So I don't have a file on me. Okay. Yeah, the problem is that my knives aren't sharp enough. Okay, what books? Okay, agriculture. There's masonry 1. Did I leave my book on fishing? It's probably in a house. Damn it, dude. Okay, well, eventually I wanted to do masonry anyway, so I mean, we might as well start trying to read. So let's categorize these things. There's food, literature. Where are the books? Skill book, masonry, bricklayer's life. Put that in the backpack. We got our chisel. Awesome. We're going to go back into our house that now has power and read a little bit. Because for the first time in 5 ever, I can read books and not be afraid. So we're going to come into this room, take a seat. All right, now that you are resting, let's go in here and we will start reading this book. So I think each book is like 220 pages. Yeah, something like that. So this gives us multiplier in the 1 to 2 level skill. So masonry, where this stuff starts coming in and being like more important. So we have the building menu. I'll pull this up while he's reading. Let's take a look at masonry. So you can use stones, right? And you can build things like stone cabinets. We can make brick door frames, brick walls. And in order to make this stuff, you need bricks, mason's trowel, which we now have. These lovely looking fire pit, right? A bucket of clay cement is required. You get a decent looking fire pit too. So really allows us to build things using stone. But then our pottery, like I said, this is where things start getting really interesting. So you get clay as we're foraging around, and my foraging being level almost 9. Boy's gonna be a goddamn architect contractor. Yeah. Before I started streaming, I focused a lot on getting the foraging up as high as I can. So it's level 8, almost level 9 at this point. And you're able to find clay out in the world, especially after it rains. And using that clay, you have to have a kiln, obviously, in order to do things. But you can make, right now, there is a primitive kiln, a basic, I think, like a basic kiln as well. But this advanced kiln costs the same exact amount as, a normal one. And you are just able to fire larger items. So stuff like this, like an amphora for storing large amounts of liquids. So 10 clay, mason's trowel, and you can make this. And then obviously you would need to fire it up. The primitive kiln, is 20 clay, and it's just small. We have a pottery wheel already. I spent time in Echo Creek making a stone wheel. So I had a stone wheel, a small stone wheel, the nails, the planks, the ball peen hammer, and I actually do have a like whetstone or whatever to sharpen. So I have a stone wheel that I can use to sharpen things. That is at my original base location. So I'm able to make things out of clay. I just did not have the kiln necessary. And really, in order to make the kiln, I needed the mason's trowel, which we have. So part of what we're doing too, we can go back. I can showcase, what my original base area looked like where I had been fishing for a long time. Take you there. It also has unlimited water supply, but it doesn't have a generator. But we have a campfire and all of that in a pot. So like we can cook, but it was a lot less cozy over there. Our outdoor stuff, chopping block that you have to make. Our rain collector that we can do. Take a look. Yeah, our farming, right? Butcher's hook. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Butter churn. All you need is 2 planks, 2 nails, and a hammer. And we have that. And I know of one location that had cattle that had milk because it had a small calf. So maybe, just maybe, that cattle is still there. I think I left the bucket. So we have the resources available to us to cut down the trees and make some planks. And we have the nails now, so can make a butter churn. We can make our own chicken hutch because we have the carpentry. So we can go out into the world and migrate the chickens if we want to get our eggs. Yeah, you've got the butchering hooks. You can hang the animals, so you can butcher them a lot more easily, get their leather, all that stuff. This is for rippling dried flax. For scrutching, I'm not really sure what scrutching does, but you got drying racks for meat. Then you start going into like welding, right? Where it's like, oh, I can make feeding troughs, spinning wheels. There's that stone mill for grinding grains into flour so that you can cook. Debug, what we got in carpentry. So carpentry is just going to give us access to more of like just basic wooden, you know, stuff. The blacksmithing is where it gets really interesting. You start making forges, and you can make armor now. You can smelt things. You can make your own nails. A charcoal burning pile. You need an entrenching tool. Used to burn logs into wood charcoal. Yeah, here's a dome kiln. So like a large kiln. There's the grindstone that I was talking about. The primitive forge, which I believe... I don't know if I have that yet. So there's a lot of stuff available to us. I put in my favorites what I want right now. We've got that advanced kiln, the amphora. This can hold a large quantity of liquids, including gasoline. All right, how far into this are we? We're 66? Okay, I'll wait until 11 and then put him to sleep. As you can see, the lighting system makes like a huge difference in build 42. It's actually, like light actually means something in this build. All right, we're about 70 pages in, so. And this was incredibly important because before we can do anything successfully with masonry, I mean, like having a multiplier on that skill is incredibly important. Okay. We are all good. Come downstairs. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah, see 88% fuel. Turn that guy off, not waste it. And we'll get our flashlight going again. Equip it in secondary. Bam, and now we can see. Which this did not used to be a thing in build 41. The flashlight didn't really serve, you know, too big of a purpose. Okay, I did have my... Is there a pillow on one of these beds? There's not? Okay, there is one in the car. Let me go get that, because that's important. I don't think it's in the car seats. Got leather gloves. All right, let's take a look. Pillow, pillow, pillow. Stone. Am I going crazy? If it's not in here, then it's probably in the trailer. Alongside my boonie hat. I'm gonna wear that. It's been a little while. Yeah, there's my pillow. Daughter she be, boy. Yeah, build 42 do be insane. That's what I'm saying, man. If you haven't played Project Zomboid build 42, 100% worth your time. If you haven't played Zomboid at all, I recommend starting with build 42 because build 41 and build 42 are like drastically different. All right, we got this here. If I sleep, yeah, sleep comfort, good. Let's take that pillow, move it out of the backpack. Put it in our main inventory. Can I place it? Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll go into the main inventory. I will, you can cut it. Okay, interesting. Place item. It's on the bed now. We will turn off and then sleep good with a pillow. And we will turn on our alarm. We got our nice quality sleep. Woke up at 8 o'clock. We'll leave the pillow here. Let's go turn, well, first, I'm gonna clean the boonie hat. Let's wash we'll wash all the clothing. Okay. Let's come back here. All right, we are going to turn this guy back on, make more use of our eggs. All right, we're gonna create our stir fry again. Here, let's get in front of our oven here. Let's create that stir fry. Ooh, from soybeans. Can I, what else can I put in there? There's the eat, egg stir fry, add a random condiment. Ooh, look at this. Okay, well, this is stale, but add some soybeans. Egg and soybeans. I am going to try to put a little bit of rosemary in there. Even if it's stale, I think that we should be okay. I don't think it's gonna kill us. A little wild rosemary in there. I'll put, 2 more eggs and a little bit of pepper. Stir fry. We're gonna add another egg. Do 4 eggs this morning. I guess I can't. We will add some pepper. Yeah, and that fixes our boredom and our unhappiness. Can I add any more? Anything else? Nope. Okay. We will slide this on over, put it in the oven, and we will turn that bad boy on. And you can see we can change the temperature. It's set to 400 degrees. So this should help our character. And while that's happening, let's continue reading. Yeah, damn it, we got rotten limes and stuff. Let me let my cat out of my office. This is got a little bit to go. Give me 1 second. All right. We're almost done here. For a second, the sound made me think you were cooking. We are cooking again. All right. Yeah, we made something delicious. We did egg and soybeans dried stir fry with rosemary. And we will eat half of it now. Yummy, yummy. Yeah, nah, I'm just gonna eat the whole thing. It's just too good to pass up. Stuffed. Stomach contented, you feel healthier and stronger. That's what we're talking about. That's what we want. Francisco. All right. Turning that off. Okay. We're gonna move the masonry book back in the pack. All right. So our next mission, immediate mission, we are gonna go. Now that we're here, I mean that generator we were planning on taking it up, but let's take a quick peruse here. I do believe that I have there's some extra generators that are sitting around that I had located. So what, we got a vehicle, a book that I had left there. Yeah, there's the cult compound. This is where I had held up for a little bit. So if we head down there, it'd be cool. You can check that out. And I mean, sounds like we should be able to probably take, yeah, no, this road connects. But the gas station here, I already have a generator connected. So we're probably going to pull into town, stop at the gas station, and there might be some Zeds that we're going to have to deal with, but take a look there. There's a steel mill, a lot of zombies there. There's a safe parking lot. Fuck yeah, found a rubber hose. This is a farm home. Then we had that jerry can that I had found. Another water spigot and a horde here. There's a Jenny. And a sleeping spot. Well, I mean, that might be worth taking a look at. Because we would be able to... Yeah, and there's 26 units of gas there. And another Jenny. Okay, so Jenny and a Jenny. And then there's the milk and cows. So yeah, let's do that. We will get our gas, and then we will go down, and you can take a look at, you know, the original camping spot that we'd had. We can sharpen our knives, so we can open our cans, and then we will be able... Oh shit! Oh geez. Okay. It's a good thing that I was able to hear what was going on. Let's get him out of the road. Interesting how you stumbled into my compound. We are at 75 weight. We have officially lost our underweight starting malice point that we'd had. All right, we're going to take all of our stuff and we're going to head on the road. Yeah, those generators are of great value to me now, especially because we actually have the resources that we need to be successful. So let's take a look real quick where we need to go. So we're going to go down this road. Let's pull up the map. Where are we at? We're going to go down this main road, down the Kentucky 60. We will not turn left there. Looks like we got some Zeds that we're going to have to deal with. So once we kind of get to the bend, then we'll pop over. And this road will take us elsewhere. All right, so we're going to go back to Echo Creek, my friends. And we are much more well equipped. We have resources, but we want to get our gasoline going. Ooh. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. A lot of Zeds. Out of curiosity, how long have we been streaming? 2 hours and 2 minutes, yeah. I'd say that we've been getting a decent amount accomplished. This has been a lot more of, like, I'd say the preparatory run. A little bit more laid back, you know, we're not going through the town attacking nearly as many people. That's the thing about Zomboid that I love, is that you can go from those intense moments. Oof, god damn. Go from those intense moments, you know, back to the calming. And once we get back to our, you know, this spot in Echo Creek that I had posted up in, I had planted some stuff there, so we can actually get some farming experience. Sorry. Right here, we're turning pure adrenaline to pure calm. Exactly. And then back again. So this is a chicken farm. Lots of animals and stuff. But yeah, no, this was like a dangerous place that I was walking on foot a while ago. So if you see my map, see all of this stuff, that was me actively trying to survive in the wilderness. All right, here we come. Echo Creek. Yep. Okay. Here's the chicken farm. So there's coops and stuff, hutches. So there might be more eggs. All right, and then on the other side of this bridge is the gas station. You got McCoy. Ah, there is a barbecue that we're gonna want to take. We'll take that grill on the way out. Ooh, and that'll let us make cement. And here we are, back at this diner with 100% gas. You should be able to fill directly from the pump, but I think I'm on the wrong side, huh? Refuel from the gas pump. Okay, hang on. I'm a little bit too close. Let's do that. And let's turn the car off because details matter. So there we go. Now this car is going to be completely full. And this car over here, I believe, is already completely full. Wonderful. Wonderful, darling. All right, we need our empty jerry cans. Plop those guys on the ground. All right, let's do liquid. Do I have to? Okay, we'll grab all. All right, take fuel, fill, gas can. So there we go. So we've got full gas. This guy over here. All right, and then I need to pick up this jerry can. And then right click, take fuel, empty jerry can. this guy, generator info. Turn the generator off. I'm gonna add that fuel. And then I'll siphon the rest of the gas out of here. Oh, look, there's another barbecue. Okay, so this gas completely full. You love to see it. All right, so we got 30 liters of gas. A barbecue means better cooking. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's make sure. So this was turned off. My truck should have 100% gas at this point. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. And then same thing here. Bringing this, for example, and putting it in here. This guy would be well worth it. Okay, so we're gonna drop those out. I am going to pick it up. Let's do not disassemble. We're gonna come here. We're gonna pick up. Come on, dude. Ah! Stop it. Pick it up. All right. With the popsicle freezer, I can put you in here. Where is it? It's in Brother in Christ. Where is the popsicle freezer? Oh, there it is. All right. So we've got a popsicle freezer now. Yeah, take a look at this shit. This was all stuff I left here. Batteries. Agriculture 1. Which we did read. Okay, so I should actually get some stuff. We got nettles. Some rotten thyme. So there's flashlights. Normal books. Mechanics 5. Another tarp. Heavy chain. Yeah, what is this able to be used for? So it's a tool. Probably for just fixing cars. Nuts and bolts. Yeah. I don't believe that there was really anything else of like value in here, but I mean, always worth checking. What did I leave? Okay, that was the fudge. This was Louisville. Got brochures, comics, car battery charger, placed on the ground, attached to the battery, requires a power source to operate. Okay. I mean, there's no harm in having one of those. Ginger ale, we'll take a look at these. Granola bar, pop it in the fanny pack. Grape soda. Cigarettes, candles, lighter. It's always worth having more flames. Okay, and then I think that this just had more soda. Rotten mayonnaise, rotten eggs. All right, the battery. Condition, and it has 98%. Okay, so I mean, it's fine, but having a battery charger is something that would be good to have. We've got wrenches. We're all set. Okay, so there is a propane barbecue, and then there's this normal barbecue. I'm gonna take this normal barbecue that's over here. We're gonna pick it up. Has items in container. Okay, well then just take it out. Basting brush. I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. And this is why it pays to, I mean, yeah, if we didn't have the big truck, if we didn't follow Abby's direction, then we wouldn't be able to carry all of this. But how do we charge the battery charger? See, yeah, it said it needs power source. So I'm assuming that you can connect the generator to the battery charger or connect it to another car and charge it from there. So let's go here, charcoal barbecue. Okay, so we got a charcoal barbecue. The propane one was down that way, across the other side. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so if we go down this road, this will take us. Yeah, we can do that. I haven't explored this way per se, but this road should be fine. Yeah, and then I had that book that was there. Okay, so we're gonna go straight south down Main Street. Now, Echo Creek is a smaller town, so. Here, zoom in. We need to whip it around. This is Main Street that we're about to turn down. My starting house was somewhere over here. Really? This is Main Street? How odd. Yeah, I searched all over the place for like nails and stuff, and this was just not the place to go. Here's Echo Creek Cemetery. Oops. Keep going this way. That guy's standing on the water. It's fucking Jesus. All right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Now there's animals down to the right, but I want to take a route that I haven't taken quite yet. We'll follow this path, and then there was a car that I had left over here that I had slept in, I believe. Yeah, exactly, that one. So, if we keep going straight, yeah, this should take us down this road and take us to the lake road. This is a gardening supply, which I believe that I had done. I had taken everything, but like, let's hop over here. Let's reinvestigate. Nice little greenhouse in here. It's cute. Crops. We got dead carrots. Dead potatoes. Ah, they're all bad. Dead cabbages. Well, darn. That doesn't mean that we can't find anything of value in here. Might as well just double check. I don't think that I need this, but we will equip it. Here we go. Here it goes again. Masonry 2. Sweet. Well, we are currently reading Masonry 1, so let's have that. Gardening trowel, more fertilizer. That's actually something worth taking. A rake. A lot of fertilizer. Okay. Foraging 3, which that helps for 5, 6. I'm already there. Okay, and we got bricks. Clay bricks. Items to be used in, so the build recipes, right? That's brick door frames. What about crafting? Brick grimes. A pack set of books in a box. Yeah, brick grinds. Masonry 4. So I'm gonna take the masonry books because this we got foraging 1. So was that masonry 4? Yeah. So I got 1, 2, 4. I don't have 3. And foraging 1 is not gonna be helpful to me. Animal feed. Foraging 1, 2. So we got cilantro. More stone blocks. Press oil. Then you use a stone block, a cheesecloth, seed paste, and oil press. And you get vegetable oil? Oh, dude, that's cool. And the building, yeah. To build the forge, you need these blocks. Simple forge. You need 30 of them? Fuck. Okay, and then these are more seeds. Masonry 4, slug repellent for the garden, sack. My health is going down from holding all of this weight. Let me go put this in the car. But it's relatively safe here. All right, we're gonna take that fertilizer, plop it in the bed. I'm gonna put the books in the car itself. And why is my backpack so full? What we got here? 15 uncooked eggs. My limestone that is too soft to be used as a hammer. We're gonna move the helmet. All right, we're at 19. Move some of this stuff. We're a little bit hungry. Let's eat some licorice. A bricklayer's life. Flooring, do it yourself. Secrets of a professional mason. Oh, dude, we got cinnamon. I could have put cinnamon on my eggs. Okay, yeah, and then there's that coat. We'll wear the coat now. Okay, that at least gave us back some of our inventory. All right, let's take a look in the bed here. Rotten radish. We got our canned oats. I really wish I could fucking open this shit. I think if we go back to our normal base, we'll be able to. So in the meantime, time to eat an entire can of marinara sauce. I mean, while in Rome, we might as well take the fertilizer that we did see. This is mint. What is on the ground here? The hemp dogbane, that's to make rope. How big is the stack? 1.4? Yeah, okay, I'll take it. I think I abandoned that to pick up other stuff. Is this literally a hutch? You could just pick it up as a doghouse. Interesting. This has, does this already have food on it? Small metal trough, feeding trough info. That's cool. Okay. Animal feed bag. This is got an encumbrance of 8. We'll take that. We can keep some animals alive. Our guy is thirsty. We'll drink. We will fill. All right, and then we've got the, come on, where is it at? Fertilizer. It's hefty, 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 hefty. 5 pounds a piece. Ain't even worried. Ooh, hunting camo pants. Where? Yeah, we're carrying all this stuff just to put it in the car. The seat is occupied. Yep. Okay, in the seat, we can go ahead and put our... Let's put the... Where the hell did... Okay, the animal feed. And then I've got more animal feed and fertilizer. I don't think I can fit all of them. Maybe? But honestly, I just want to get the fertilizer to a space that I had already plopped a garden down. Okay, so I'm still holding on to this, but we can... Oh, why don't I just do it from the back seat? All right. This should be able to store that. Hell yeah. All right, and then these military pants, they have holes in them, but I'll put them in there. All right, the fork, got the frying pan again attached to the back, and let's make sure that we equip it. All right, so we're at 12.6 out of 2. Let's move the rubber hose back here. All pants have holes in them. All right, that's going in there. And then we've got the hand fork, which should be... Is this attached to my belt? Yeah, it is attached to the belt. Bind spear using twine. All right, Mr. Hungry Pants. So now that we have successfully taken everything out of here, we should be able to take ourselves to the camp. Honestly, let's... I mean, traveling by night is not that dangerous for us in this situation. I think we'll be okay. All right, we are gonna whip it around town. And before we leave, supposedly I left a book in this car. I do have the keys. No, I must have come back for the book. All right. Turning on the headlights. Now we'll keep our eyes peeled. Hopefully there's not going to be a bunch of dudes, but this is going to take us around. Yeah, we want to go to the other side of this fishing spot. And that might be a good place to call it. Next time we can kind of do some construction-y things and do some fishing and masonry. Do we at least have materials now? We're back in Echo Creek. Okay, so let's see. Let's just double check. If I turn here, this is the way I want to go. Yeah, okay, because otherwise that's gonna take me God knows where. And we at least have more protection now with our clothes. Okay, so there were zombies this way like long ago, but with build 42 they have updated the like migration patterns for the Zeds, so they might not even be over here, or there might be a lot of them. Echo Creek is a relatively small town, and I feel like I've dealt with a lot of them, so I don't think that we're gonna run into many. And this is going to be a good place for us to kind of use as our training ground. You know, we've come back here. We can develop, you know, some of our skills now that we have the material, and then we are going to go out on some lethal ventures in the future. I desperately want to get some guns. I do have them, but Jesus, I need to pay attention. I want to get more practice shooting guns. So going to West Point would be a good idea if and only if we have a lot of shotgun ammunition. But we're gonna have to travel in order to do this. So part of our thing here, we'll drop off all of the animal feed stuff, and then we're gonna get our generators, and we're gonna establish kind of like a better like railroad, if you will, to get us where we need to go between some cities. All right, so McCoy is here. We're traveling in the rain at night. Now, I don't think, was there any where I currently am? Okay, yeah, we've already checked this spot. Gotta stock up on ammo. Yeah, no, seriously. And right now, I mean, I've got hunting rifle ammo, but hunting rifle ammo ain't gonna do me very well. I want to use a shotgun. All right, we are gonna go take it down, dude. We're not going 50 miles an hour. Slow your roll. Holy shit. Okay, hit the e-brake. 20 miles an hour, that's more my speed. Yeah, we're about to make it back to the base that I haven't been to in what feels like 3 weeks. I feel like around a month is whenever I left this town, because I was in dire need for food, and now I actually have the ability to cook things, and got some spices, we got some better skills. It's been a while. We can drop some traps. On the road again. Driving nice and slow because, I mean, it's dark, and last thing I need is to hit something. Yeah, you should know. Right, here we go. We're gonna whip around, and there is a secret path that we should see relatively soon. Let me find it on the map here. Let's go to current location. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go around this corner, and then we got a path. I'm trying to play and I got my cat rubbing her head all over my hand while I've got it on my mouse. This is dangerous. All right. The secret turn-in is coming up. Any second now. Here it is. Here's the dirt road. Bruh, the bushes and stuff. Have to use a pickaxe or something and clear this shit. Ugh. There we go. There we go. Almost there. Going around all of the bushes. Just don't get stuck. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh my goodness. I'll put that on the agenda. Clear this road. We'll take a hatchet and we'll make it so that it's easier to get out. God damn. And here we are. Whip it around. Here we are. We have made it. My friends, we have made it. Now, did any of these, are all of these dead? That's the thing. Crops, info. They're seedling. I mean, I can... Crops. Young cabbages. How about my potatoes? They're seedling. Well, we've got fertilizer. Lovely. Dead broccoli, yeah, so see. We've been gone for a while, so I'm not surprised that a bunch of these are dead, but looks like these other ones have survived. It's 1:30 in the AM. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Let's fill up on our water. And then I should be able to... Yeah, look, I got guns. I got a gun, I got a pistol. Large handle. At least over here, should be able to sleep. Okay. What we're gonna do... have the chair. I moved this chair over here, this leather chair, so we can get average sleep. So let's give him some sleep. Now, I should please tell me, God, that I have the ability. Okay, we got rotten habaneros, boxes of nails, mason's chisel, all my stuff that has gone rotten here. But look, I got clay all over the ground. Sharp flint flakes. And what we can do, we have... Yeah, look, I got books here too. Mechanics 1, welding 1. Which, did I read these? I didn't. Glass making. Now that we can see, let's get some of our knives out here, and then we can open a can. Bust open a can and whoop ass. All right, my chili, I think, is still in the backpack. It is. And what is this? Oh, those are traps that I made. All right, we've got a grindstone. There's a hatchet head. I need to sharpen. Take that knife. Where's it at? Kitchen knife. Equip primary. Grindstone. Repair. My brother in Christ, I have a grindstone. Am I not able to sharpen a knife? What's going on here? Possible items. Okay, well, there's the fillet knife. And what does it say? Must have a sharpness that is lower than its condition or head condition. Is the kitchen knife not on there? No, it's on there. Using this kitchen knife, am I not able to open this? Bruv. Don't do me like this. I just want to sharpen you. This is ridiculous. I mean, at that point, I'd just throw the can on the ground and just try my best. Okay, sharpness. I better be able to sharpen this fillet knife. Otherwise, it's back to foraging for me. Yes. Right. Sharpen that fillet knife. All right, fillet knife. Why can I not open it? That is stupid. This is dumb. I have the kitchen knife. Fucking craft it. It requires a surface. What? Okay, then let's go to the goddamn workbench. Holy shit. Fuck. That's what you're kidding me. This whole time I could have done this? I just needed to stand next to a countertop? Oh my god. Okay. Eat your stupid chili. Okay, well that's part one. And then let's open Open that can. We're eating fruit cocktail and chili. I'm feeling slight pain. My left hand is scratched. Weird. I cut it with a knife on accident. All right, and we'll bandage it. It's all good. Okay. Well, we're no longer hungry, and we have all the stuff that we need to kind of get going in life. So welcome. I believe I put a little beaver here too. Now this is Jacques the beaver. So my friends, I think all things considered that we're off to a grand re-entrance into Echo Creek. We can actually make use of some of this stuff. We have a car. We've got some goals to go get those generators. But we have migrated successfully all the way back down from Riverside today. Went from one safe house to another safe house to all the way back here. So I'm going to be able in the future to make some butter. And our plan moving forward, we are going to try to catch some fish over here. I think we're going to forage a little bit. We've got our barbecue that we can set up. So I want to spend a little bit of time working on getting like butter and some of those other basics before maybe we take those generators and we swing back up and try to, you know, reclaim the gas station that we have down here and the gas station in Riverside. Because then we have 1, 2, and 3. You know, at least Echo Creek is safe at this point. I've pretty much managed that's happening. So we're going to be focused, I think, in the immediate future on some of the skills that I want to learn. I want to read some of these books that we have so we get the skill multipliers. I don't even think that there was a TV in this place. Let me just... Yeah, there's no TV in here. I can practice my reloading, you know, because I've actually got some weapons and such. But we've got videotapes that we have the ability to watch that I want to watch after we have read some of these books to get the skill multiplier. But we've got a fully fledged vehicle here. We've got a vehicle on the outside of town. We've got a gas station that's working. So we've got a couple of different side quests that we're going to be able to go on. But now that I went out of town and came back, I actually have all that I need to kind of work on some of this stuff, get our carpentry leveled up a little bit maybe. And then I want to see some of the surrounding areas. There's that coal field. There is the golf course that's out there. So we have the ability to travel farther now that I have working gas station and a nice vehicle with a lot of extra room. So this trailer has actually followed me from this base all the way out there and back, and we've managed to carry all of this stuff. So I'm gonna plop off all of the fertilizer and stuff, and we can use that to grow some of our stuff, level up the gardening. We've got the clay. Like I said, I want to create a kiln so that I can actually fire the mortar and pestle that I have, so that way I can make use of my survivalist skill sets a little bit better, because I can find wild things, and if I crush them into powder and stuff using a mortar and pestle, I'm actually able to make use of them as poultices to help with infection and help heal and things of that nature. So I've effectively unlocked our next series of larger quests that we're going to go on now that we have our basic needs met and we have actually fixed the initial problem that I had when I left Echo Creek. When I left Echo Creek, my weight was probably at close to 50, maybe even like almost 49. So yeah, Outdoorsman definitely was looking like a great choice. The reason that I've stocked up here, I mean, I've found several different places with water spigots, so water is not the problem, food is the problem. So we need to try to garden a little bit more. We have fertilizer, we've got traps that we need to set. So we're gonna work on some of the survivalist elements that we can to really boost Francisco's ability to survive off of the land. Fishing is gonna be a huge one as well. But as you can see, I've set us up with the ability to grind things. We've got a pottery wheel that's already here. So we're gonna start exploring some of these skills that are new to build 42 that we haven't really been able to dip into yet. So that's masonry, that's napping, that is glass making. Longer term, I wanna get the electrical up so that we can actually make use of more dedicated like timed bombs and stuff. Because we right now really only have access to Molotovs and improvised explosive devices with gasoline and water bottles. But we're much better equipped to survive now that our strength, our sneak and our light-footed are leveled up. I want to see if I can get foraging to level 10. I already have 125 multiplier on that, 125% XP boost. So it's been a long time since we've been back in this area. So I'm sure that after the rain here, I'll be able to forage, find the rest of the clay that I need to make the kiln so that we can get the mortar and pestle fired up and start really kind of just exploring the rest of build 42. I want to go into the animal care and the butchering side of things. We've got several different animals that are out there and we are able to build. We've got our carpentry that we need to level up. So there's a lot that we want to take care of, but now that we have the main resources that we need, we can get going on that. I should probably bring a generator back to this house, in all honesty, because there's the fridge here and we have the freezer, so I can plop that freezer down as we collect our food and keep the food good. I don't want those things to go bad like they used to. But I could talk all day about all of the different plans that we got going. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me for what has this been? 2 hours and 50 minutes. So it's only almost been 3 hours worth of Zomboid today. So I just want to thank you, everybody, for joining me. Anybody that has joined even for just a little bit and left, thank you so much for engaging in the comments. If you liked this, please, please, please like it. I saw that YouTube is actually limiting the number of people that you can outreach if you have less than 1,000 subscribers. So liking helps other people find the video, and subscribing also gets me to the point where when I'm doing this live, we can reach more people. Share the live with others. You can come back, rewatch it. This is, I'm planning on continuing with Francisco Fultz. And then as we keep going, I'll put together a highlight reel. But thank you, everybody, for joining me. As always, I am just some dude on the internet. I am going to kick us over to my piece of music that I had written. If you haven't heard, stick around. It's only about a minute and a half. So thank you, everybody, and I will see you next time.